Please stand for the entrance of the Oklahoma State University Fall 2009 degree candidates from the College of Human and Environmental Sciences, the College of Engineering, Architecture, and Technology, and the Spears School of Business. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing for the entrance of the platform party.
Please join me in thanking the wonderful City of Tulsa Pipes and Drums, led by Pipe Major William Tetrick. Who in the future will be marching in the OSU tartan plaid. Please remain standing and join in the singing of our national anthem, to be led by Charles Rich, accompanied by the OSU Brass Quintet.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting with air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated. And thank you, Charles Rich. I would like to recognize some important people today. The members of the OSU Emeriti Association, our retired faculty who greeted you and entered as you entered today with the printed programs. They continue to serve OSU, and let's thank them now. And we're very pleased to have with us today a representative of the Oklahoma State Regents for Higher Education. I ask that my old partner and Regent, Mike Turpin, please stand so we can recognize him and thank him for his tireless efforts for education. And it's a distinct pleasure to introduce the members of the OSU A&M Board of Regents who are with us today. I invite them all to stand as I call their names, and we'll applaud them as a group. Our chair from Stillwater, Oklahoma, Calvin Anthony. From Elk City, Joe Hall. From Tulsa, Jay Helm. And from Edmond, Oklahoma, Andy Lester. And I would like to introduce to you the members of the OSU administration who are with us today. I invite them to stand as I call their names, and we will try to applaud them as a group. Our Provost and Senior Vice President, Marlene Straith. Our Vice President of Student Affairs, Lee Bird. Vice President of University Relations, Gary Clark. And the President of OSU Tulsa, Howard Barnett. And our Associate Vice President for Research and the Dean of our Graduate College, Gordon Emsley. Thank you. I'd now like to ask our Chair of the Board of Regents, Calvin Anthony, to come and bring greetings from the Board.
President Hargis, Mr. Darnaby, candidates for degrees, and guests. On behalf of the OSU A&M Board of Regents, I bring greetings and congratulations to all of you. What a great day, a great occasion, and I hope it is one that will be very memorable for each of you. It is such a pleasure to share this event with Mr. Darnaby, who provides an inspirational example of how an OSU degree can be a launching pad to success without limits. Rick, we are grateful for your presence today and look forward to your comments. For many of us, OSU has provided the opportunity to be successful. Many other factors will determine how you serve and work and live, but let's not, particularly on this day, think of it and diminish how important OSU is to all of us. To the administration, to the faculty, the students, staff, and all who make OSU special, the Board of Regents says thank you for a job well done. Graduates, we honor you today. We celebrate your decision to attend OSU, and particularly we salute you for seeing it through to this conclusion. You would not have achieved your degree had it not been for the considerable support of your parents and other family members. And at this time, I would like to also congratulate them for your accomplishment. May your future achievements reflect favorably on each of you and on those who care about you and also your alma mater. Again, on behalf of the Board of Regents, congratulations, graduates. We're very proud of you. And on a personal note, to my son, Andrew, who happens to be in this class, good job, son. Your mom and I are very proud of you. Thank you.
The chairman gets a raise. And now the chair of our faculty council, Dr. Bruce Russell.
Thank you, President Hargis. Graduates and family members, good morning. Today it is my honor to represent the nearly 1,200 faculty of Oklahoma State University. On their behalf, I would like to say congratulations. Congratulations for your diligence. Congratulations for your perseverance, for your work and your effort, for your sweat, your worry, and no doubt at times relief. Congratulations on your graduation. To obtain a bachelor's degree, you have earned at least 120 credit hours, usually at the standard rate of 3 credit hours per course. So for each and every one of you graduating today, at least 40 of my colleagues have counseled you, stimulated you, encouraged you, motivated, and hopefully inspired you. Though you may believe that we seek your thanks, no. We, the faculty, are grateful for the opportunity to teach, to lead, and to inspire you, the students of Oklahoma State. John Adams, the second president of these United States, writing from the court of Louis XVI during the Revolutionary War, spoke to the legacy of education. I must study politics and war so that my sons may have the liberty to study mathematics and philosophy. My sons study mathematics and philosophy, geography and natural history, commerce and agriculture, in order to give their children the liberty to study paintings, poetry, music, architecture, and art. You, our graduates today, are inheritors of the great legacy of America. There have been generations before you, your parents, your grandparents, and perhaps even great-grandparents here today, that have given you the freedom to go out and make your life what you want it to be. Always believe in our highest ideals: freedom, liberty, justice, self-determination. No matter what you choose to do, always be a servant to your fellow man, and never forget to be a citizen of America. Thank you.
Thank you, Bruce, and you, Calvin, as well, for those words of encouragement. I'd also like to recognize Dr. John Veenstra, the Vice Chair of the Faculty Council, who served as the university's flag marshal today. Thank you, John. It's now a very special time of this ceremony because we get to hear from a very distinguished graduate of Oklahoma State. One of the real privileges of being president of this great university is that I come in contact with our graduates literally all over the world. Ann and I just returned from Thailand, where we had an alumni event of 65 alums in Bangkok. These things can happen anywhere in any great city in the world. There are many distinguished graduates. They have done very well, which proves that OSU prepares its students for great success. Our speaker today is no exception. is Mr. Rick Darnaby. Rick Darnaby holds both bachelor's and Master of Business Administration degrees from Oklahoma State. He has held a number of high-profile positions, including President of Motorola Europe, President of Monsanto Canada, President of NutraSweet, and many other distinguished positions. I won't take time to list all of Rick's accomplishments, but I can tell you that he's truly one of our great success stories, but he's no different than any of you. All of you can become a Rick Darnaby. Let's hear from him now. Rick?
Well, thank you for that kind introduction, President Hargis, and thanks to you and Ann Hargis for your kind invitation to have me here today. To the OSU Board of Regents, administration, faculty, and staff, thank you for hosting me this week. You've been absolutely wonderful. To all the proud families and friends here today, welcome to your new role as career counselors. There's nothing more rewarding than see what you knew was possible become reality. I've been in your seat a few times, even recently. My youngest son, Paul, graduated from university this summer. Actually, this is the first semester in 10 years that I did not get at least 2 or 1 college invoices. So not only is the nest empty, but so is the bank account. And of course, to all the graduates here today on this special day, I would like to be the first to welcome you to your new phase of life. You know, I have nothing but great memories of my time and my friends at Oklahoma State, and they go far beyond the classroom. You see, when I was in graduate school here, my best friend, my father, was diagnosed with cancer. And in spite of the gallant and tireless efforts of my mother, there was little we could do. For his last 2 months, I would leave the library in the evening and drive to Tulsa, where the nurses had transformed his room such that I could work on my thesis or sleep. When I think of OSU, I think of the faculty and my classmates who altered my schedule, covered my back when I couldn't be here. Dad wanted me to graduate. I wanted to be with him. My OSU friends helped me do both. It's hard to learn compassion from a textbook or a computer, but you will learn it from others when you meet the right people. Most of what you learn comes from the people you meet. But let me clarify. Meeting people is not adding friends on Facebook, nor is it electronically stalking people on Twitter. You can actually learn from everyone, but you need to actually meet them. And yes, I too poke on FB, and I have been known to tweet on Twitter. But you learn a lot more when you're in person, and sometimes when you least expect it. In the late 90s, I was recruited to come to the Motorola company to help fix a big problem. Nokia was challenging our global leadership position in mobile telephone sales, and they were winning. It was ugly, really ugly. I'd been there about 5 months. I was still working on the plan, but progress was very slow, and Wall Street was not happy. About this time, my son Joe, our straight A honor student, comes home from junior high school with a B on his report card. Dad is not happy. I invite Joe into my home office, or as the kids called it, the torture chamber. And I said, Joe, a B? Do you know what happened to me when I came home with a B on my report card? I know you can do better than this. He sat there for a moment. Then he reached into his backpack and he pulled out a current edition of Business Week magazine, something you find in most 7th grade backpacks. And as he held it up, I saw in bold black text, Motorola, decline continues. And as he tossed the magazine, or as he called it, Dad's report card, onto the table, he said, I know you can do better too, Dad. Well, touche, Joe. I'll give you that. However, while he was basking in the glory of that brilliant rebuttal, he neglected to ask me what happened when I brought home my first B. So I never told him. My parents were so excited to see that B, I got a new baseball glove. In the early 80s, I was told that we were entering the information age and that early adopters to information would be beneficiaries. I had two problems with that. I had no idea, A, what that meant, and B, what I was supposed to do about that. You've likely been told that you are entering the most dynamic and competitive era ever for graduates. In my trade, we call it the conceptual age. Chances are you have two problems with that. You don't know, A, what that means, and B, what you can do about it. So you're not alone. My job here today is to share with you what I think you can expect and what you can do about it. You know, in the face of change, we always have two choices: be a victim or be a beneficiary. To benefit, you must bring something of value to the world, and the world rewards you for it. This is called innovation. It's the key for people in all professions. Three things will happen in the conceptual age. Computers will replace about 90% of your computation ability, essentially the left side of your brain. Our education systems will have to be redesigned and retooled to reflect this exponential change. And thirdly, workforce diversity will be redefined from what you look like on the outside to how you process information on the inside. In the information age, the new frontier was data. In the conceptual age, the new frontier is about halfway between your left and your right ear. Conceptualization deals with human processing of information, and so far, it can only be performed by people like you. So what you can expect is exponential change. What you can do about it is learn to use your head differently. When President Hargis speaks of create, innovate, and educate at OSU, he's describing the new pillars of excellence in higher education, developing new capabilities for us to use our brains. One thing that won't change in the conceptual age is economic development is the key to our quality of life and the solution to most of our social problems. Innovative people are a growing driver of economic development. In the late 80s, I met a White House press secretary who said to me, you know, business is a lot like politics. Do something good and get caught. Well, you know, that stuck with me over the years, and in business, I translated do good into coming up with compelling products, and get caught connecting with the marketplace. I've worked in and led global businesses in a number of high-tech industries. I'm not a scientist, and nor am I an engineer. I found that I could bring value, however, in transforming good technology into compelling products and into market demand. I chose to become a student of innovation. So here's my advice to you 20 years after I met the press secretary. Careers are a lot like business. Do something good, master something. Get caught, meet more people. These are the two keys to developing and using your head. And the voyage begins by doing your own research. Do you realize that most of the people in this country still get their information from print and broadcast news? So a handful of people, the editors fundamentally, decide what you hear and how they choose to spin it. Do you also realize that their sole source of revenue or money for the media companies is advertising sales? And how much money they make, of course, is how many viewers they attract. Now, I know some wonderful journalists, and I'm all for advertising. I've purchased a ton of it in my career. What disturbs me is two things. One, that the people that want to sell you advertising are the same people who are filtering your information. And two, make no mistake, sensationalism sells to viewers. For those of you going into media, and I hope many of you do, Please bring relevance, accuracy, and balance to the information that you distribute. Our society needs it. And all of us need to learn to do our own research. My favorite way to do research, as I did to come here today, is to meet more people. I recently met Wally, a great example of this. By the age of 16, Wally was admitted to college, and by 20 had graduated. At 23, Wally was touring Europe and Africa, practicing aviation and meeting everyone possible. Wally had two goals: master aviation, and number two, become the first woman astronaut. Wally's first name, by the way, is Mary. At 22, she was admitted to a NASA-endorsed program to prepare 13 women for spaceflight. A year later, she was one of two that finished the third and final phase of the Mercury 13 project. She was trained and good to go. But it was not to happen. Mercury 13 was in 1961. The first woman to go into space would be 20 years later. And the first woman to captain a spaceship would be 34 years later. But Wally was there 34 years later to cheer for Eileen Collins, the first woman captain of the Challenger shuttle. Some believe that Eileen should have been cheering for Wally because of her pioneering courage that helped make that day possible. Wally is a globally recognized pioneer and a hero, not just in aviation, but for women in all careers. She is a master of aviation, and she is a people-meeting machine. She meets between 100 and 1,000 people every month. My quest for myself to meet and learn has taken me to every region of this planet. I've met some fascinating people. As a matter of fact, most of my closest friends were not born in the United States. I was in East Germany before the wall came down. I met with Ukrainians when the USSR existed. I've been in Kosovo, Bosnia, the Mideast on both sides. And I have actually used government-run healthcare clinics in 4 countries. If your quest to meet more people takes you to foreign lands like Wally and me, I think that's great. The more global neighbors meet and become friends, the better. And the more likely that we will learn to fight our battles in the marketplace with better products that improve life, not with weapons that destroy life. But when you go to foreign lands, I recommend that you go to learn and change, learn and meet, don't go to change. Some people say that Americans are distrusted and disliked in foreign lands. That's not what I see when I go abroad. I see respect, not distrust, and I see envy more than I see dislike. And there are 3 things that make this the most respected and envied country ever. Number 1 is the freedom that comes from small government. Number 2, the economic development that comes from free enterprise. And 3, the security that comes from strong national defense and respect for the people that protect us. And we need protection. Protection from terrorists and terrorism. And yes, I use the T words. Thank God for our brave veterans. Thank God for our brave military. Thank God for our law enforcement. And thank God for Diane. Diane, who I met recently, told me, I want to protect people from some really nasty stuff. A master chemist and a master chemical engineer with a PhD from UC Berkeley. She transformed a childhood love of chemistry into a life mission. Today she heads a project that will neutralize the effects of dirty bombs on the public. One of many new and really nasty tools that terrorists can use against us. Like Diane, masters do good in a number of ways, and protecting the good citizens of the earth is quite a noble cause. You know, Wally and Diane both talked a lot about the mentors that they had in college, mentors like the OSU faculty and staff, and mentors like Linda. Linda's a small town girl, grew up loving sports, went to college on a basketball scholarship. But by her junior year, it was clear that she would not take a career path like most athletes. Today, Dr. Linda Livingstone is the dean of the business school of one of the 5 largest B schools in the United States. And as she told me her story, she spoke mostly about the people that challenged her and inspired her to go further. In 2003, Linda competed with PhDs from all of the top schools across the land. The odds were against her, but her mastery as an innovative educator and her network of mentors and proteges with her, she was awarded this prestigious position. This year, another huge honor. She was elected to the board of AACSB, an association that accredits business programs not just in the U.S., but worldwide. Linda and I have found that you have two kinds of friends that you will make. First, your friends who accept you as you are. I recommend you have some of these. They are great people to hang out with. Second, the friends that you meet that accept you for nothing less than who you are capable of being. These are the friends that will drive you to excel. They're hard to find. You'll have to kiss a lot of frogs to find them. But when you do, embrace them. You know, I always hoped that one of my kids, after I met Linda, of course, would get a scholarship. So you can imagine how happy I was when Katie came home and told me she made the high school freshman basketball team. I soon learned that Katie saw a different value in sports than I did when I came home from a business trip after missing one of her games. How was the game, I asked her. It was great, she boasted. I said, so you won. What was the score? She said, well, I don't remember any of that, but I knew 5 girls on the other team and met 3 more after the game. I used to tell that story as a joke. Now I tell it to make a point. I don't remember any sports score in any game I ever competed with. But I have met and learned a lot, even from people on the other team. And it took Katie to help get that straight. By the way, if any of you have not decided on a graduation gift, may I recommend one of those alcohol-based hand disinfectant. These grads have lots of hands to shake, and there's a lot of germs out there. Years ago, IBM CEO Tom Watson, IBM being the largest business machine company in the world, said, the world market for home computers is 5 computers. A quote that he would no doubt learn to regret. Ed had a different idea. He was an electronics geek. It was his area of mastery. He studied electronics in the military, earned a degree in engineering before moving to New Mexico, where he started a company called MITS. Like Wally, Ed was a pioneer, and it was in New Mexico that he met Gordon, Paul, and Bill. And together they would set a course that would change the world. You see, Gordon's last name is Moore, the co-founder of Intel and the author of Moore's Law. Paul and Bill were just college dropouts who had a passion for software. Oh, by the way, Paul's last name is Allen. Bill's last name is Gates. Well, with a circuitry geek, a processor geek, and 2 software geeks, you can probably imagine what happened. It was called the Altair 8800. Most declare it was the first PC, personal computer, ever invented. Ed Roberts was the visionary that opened the door for others. You see, when masters meet, possibility becomes reality. Remember the new frontier we talked about, the one about 5 inches north of your neck? There's 2 ways that you can use your brain. One is thinking. I suggest that you do this when you want to relax and hang out. However, when you choose to excel, you need to develop your ability to generate thought. Mastering something is the best way to do this. It builds your brain muscle, and it will not build on its own. Inventing a computer is good. I think we all would agree with that. However, it's not an innovation until the world rewards you for it. No one knows this more than Christopher Scalet. By the 1990s, as most of you know, Walmart was the leading retailer in the world. I was leading the NutraSweet company at the time, and they were a huge customer of ours. They sent a shockwave through industry demanding innovation from suppliers, a better inventory system. The shockwave was because we didn't know how to do it. The reward that they offered was continuing to do business with Walmart. The Information Technology Group at International Paper took the lead and actually developed some impressive application to perform this. Other companies followed. If you do a double click, you'll find out that the leader of this group was Chris Scalette. 5 years earlier, Chris was the Chief Information Officer at MAPCO, where he led the development of credit card usage at gas pumps, which fundamentally changed the retail gas industry. Chris told me his focus for success: when you stop learning, you die, he says, and he keeps doing just that, learning, that is. Chris maintains his mastery because he is a student. His reward today is he's the CIO, the Chief Information Officer, of the second largest pharmaceutical company in the United States, leading one of the most complex IT systems in industry. Ed Roberts made it possible. Chris Scalette helped make it happen. It's called innovation. We need more. Well, you won't hear their stories on the news tonight, so I thought I would do some research for you. I shared the success stories of some people I've met: Wally Funk, a world-renowned aviator; Dr. Diane Gates Anderson, chemical engineer at Livermore Labs; Dr. Linda Livingstone, dean of the business school at Pepperdine; Ed Roberts, the inventor of the first PC; and Chris Scalette, CIO of Merck. Masters and people meters. What I did not share with you is what you have in common with them. Effective today, you're a member of the same club. Now for the spin. Allow me to use the two most abused words in the English language. First, awesome. Awesome is not Levi Johnston posing for Playgirl magazine. Awesome is our fellow alum and what they've accomplished. The other word, of course, amazing. Amazing is not Lindsay Lohan graduating from rehab for the 4th time. What's amazing to me is the responsible and courageous young people that don't have to go to rehab to begin with. And what's amazing to all of your fans here today is your accomplishment at OSU. That is truly amazing. Your fellow alumni have raised the bar pretty high, but know this, we are pulling for you to raise it even higher. I would like to conclude by addressing the three groups here today as I began. To my OSU friends, thank you for the difference you make in the lives of our grads. Please don't let create, innovate, educate be just print on a brochure. Bring it to life. Have it be your legacy. The world will reward you for it. To my fellow parents and guardians, for your sacrifice and for your endless support to get these grads to this level, the world thanks you. To my fellow alumni, my sincere congratulations. Please take the rest of the day off and go savor your accomplishment. However, tomorrow morning, I want you up early. You've got lots of people to meet. The world awaits you. Go knock it alive. Thank you.
That is great, Rick, and I'm going to meet 1,000 people here in just a second. So this will be, I'm getting started today. We're very proud to recognize the accomplishments of our graduating seniors who are today receiving their respective honors college degrees. This requires 39 hours of honors classes, a 3.5 GPA, and an honors thesis. OSU confers the honors hood on these students to recognize their outstanding academic accomplishments. The students receiving the honors college degrees are denoted in the program, and I ask all our honors students to please stand along with their leader, Dr. Robert Spurrier, so we can recognize them. The honors grads. Congratulations. In recognition of the outstanding scholastic achievement, it's now our pleasure to recognize the newest members of the OSU chapter of Phi Kappa Phi, who are wearing the Phi Kappa Phi cords to denote this distinction. This honorary scholastic fraternity is reserved for those whose academic ranking places them in the upper 10% of the graduates. Would all the members of Phi Kappa Phi in the graduating class please stand along with Dr. Ward, the president of OSU's chapter. Phi Kappa Phi grads. There we are. Before we present the candidates for degrees, I would like to ask you to join me in recognizing a very special group of people without whom this graduation would not be possible. The people that really deliver the goods, the people that you have to thank for your degree today, is the faculty of Oklahoma State University. Would you please stand and let us recognize you? At this time, we will begin the presentation of the degrees to graduates by college. As you know, during this morning's program, we are recognizing the graduates of the College of Human and Environmental Sciences, the College of Engineering, Architecture, and Technology, and the Spears School of Business. I do want to advise you that we have professional photographers taking 2 sets of pictures for each graduate during the ceremonies. At the conclusion of the program, we'll invite you to join your graduate under the north and south porticos of the Gallagher Arena, where the platforms have been set up so you can take as many pictures as you'd like. We respectfully remind you to please do not come on the arena floor. Please remember that the last graduate that goes across this stage is just as important as the last. Provost Marlene Straith and the members of our own Board of Regents and State Regents will join me in congratulating all of the students this morning as their deans assist with their college. Students, we ask if once you've completed your graduation walk to please return to your seat and remain seating to the conclusion of the program. To commemorate your participation in the ceremony today, each of you will receive a print of our newly restored Old Central, which is our honors college, the oldest building on the OSU campus, created by John Womack, the OSU professor of architecture. We honor our graduates today, and I want to recognize one student who has gone above and beyond, and I really mean above and beyond. Would mechanical engineering technology graduate Joe Miller please stand? Joe? There he is. Ladies and gentlemen, Joe, just a second, because you'll want to applaud him, I think, when you hear this. For Joe, today completes a journey that started in 1997 and included tours with the U.S. Army in Afghanistan and Iraq, where he was injured. Joe is the father of 4. We want to thank Joe, congratulate him, and admire him for his achievement, for his bravery in serving our country, and for his perseverance of 12 years to get to this day. Congratulations, Joe. Did you hear that? Thank you, Joe. We all say thank you, Joe. Each college selected an outstanding representative graduating student to lead their college processional and to be on stage with their dean. These students and their respective deans will be introduced to begin their college's traditional graduation walk. Would the graduates from the College of Human Environmental Sciences please come forward? The Dean of the College of Human Environmental Sciences is Dr. Stephen Wilson. He will be congratulating the graduates, assisted by Sharetta Owenby, our Associate Dean. The college's gonfalon was carried by Shannon Andrews, who is from Red Rock, Oklahoma, just north of here, and is receiving a Bachelor of Science in Nutritional Sciences with an option in dietetics.
Shannon Lucretia Andrews.
Alex Taylor Shadid.
Stephen Joel Queen.
Molly Michelle Gardner.
Jeff Martindale.
Lacey Michelle Roscom.
Rebecca Ann Corey.
Marina Chanchenko.
Anna Michelle Stump.
Allison Paige Gamber.
Kelsey Ray Graham.
Ashton Nicola Darling.
Whitney Keating Ann McClung.
Lindsay Marie Wadsworth.
Kirsten Brown.
Heather Elaine Alexander.
Laura Ann Langenheim.
Mia Eileen Sherud.
Chad Ryan McCreef.
Kira Lynn Hernandez.
Andrea Rose Coates.
Leah Deanne McNaughton.
Ashley Danielle Walker.
Emily Ann Warnock.
Terry Jean Thompson.
Kyle Sterling Anston.
Stephen Michael McLaughlin.
Catherine Fassini.
David Christopher Deffenbach.
Courtney Brooke McGee.
Alexandra Lee Day.
Nicole Renee Martin.
Leah Michelle Hazelton.
Brooke Nicole Scott.
Molly Sandra O'Brien.
Sarah Michelle Ryan.
Brian Patrick Houston.
Jennifer Lee Riker.
Todd Michael Norton.
Brooke Elaine Malaska.
Matthew Scott Fitz.
Brianna Ray Ravis.
Jennifer Lacey Bond.
Casey Aaron Lentz.
Whitney Nicole Howard.
Jessica Lee Culver.
Graham Oliver Smith.
Emily Ann Mason.
J.D. Baldridge.
Lisa Renee Mace.
Tyler Parsons.
Sarah Jean Heasley.
Tyler Matthew Murray.
Allison Denise Stallings.
Eric Casey Allen.
Catherine Ellen Ward.
Carly Keaton Hill.
Tanya Leanne Moore.
Lisa Marie Bridges.
Jamie Lynn Sutton.
Lindsay Nicole Thompson.
Amanda Lee Humphrey.
Jessica Marie Poe.
Leisha Paige Harvey.
Graham Bloyd.
Ashley Aloza Reed.
Kelsey Ann Ambler.
Abby Elizabeth Scholenthaler.
Matthew D. Gray.
Valerie Pierce.
Kyle Allen Stafford.
Jennifer Lynn Lube.
Gyla Ray Scott.
Chelsea Danae Kusick.
Jamie Lee Bossy.
Ashley Marie Baker.
Jasmine Lavon Davidson.
Jennifer Dawn Reedy.
Sabrina Nicole Cundiff.
Kaylee Compson.
Whitney Nicole Chamberlain.
Ashton Laura Yancey.
Lauren Brooks Dickey.
Lauren Marie Voice.
Kristen Shepard.
Caroline Maria Weisenbuehler.
Tasha Nicole Baird.
Jennifer Lauren Cannon.
Brooke Danae Brandon.
Avery Michelle Raleigh.
Terrence Patrick Ratcliffe II.
Britton Drew Lash.
Charles Vincent Mixon.
Christine Catherine Glass.
Megan Ray Longan.
Chelsea Renee Veneman.
Ashton Nicole Shelton.
Ashley Michelle Goolsby.
Jennifer Lee Hobbs.
Sean Michael Gorman.
Brian Kelly Elam.
Leanne Dawn A.G. Brichy.
Michael Pogue.
Martin Lentz Voss.
John Homer Russell III.
Blair Christine Kelly.
Chandra Ray Froze.
Amanda Jean Kreidler.
Meho Oguchi.
Catherine Elizabeth Quinn.
Mayumi Matusaki.
Ashley Michelle Nelson.
Yoshiki Nakashima.
Sarah Holcomb McCubbin.
Lana Lorraine Kelly.
Lauren Whitney Hamilton.
Andrea Cherie Burnell. Corey Brian Whaley.
Charles Joseph Thomas.
This concludes recognition of the graduates from the College of Human Environmental Sciences. Please join me in congratulating them.
And now would graduates from the College of Engineering, Architecture, and Technology begin your graduation walk. The College of Engineering, Architecture, and Technology is represented by Dr. Larry Holbrook, our professor and head of Mechanical and Aerospace Engineering. He will be congratulating the graduates, assisted by Keith Teague, professor and head of the Electrical and Computer Engineering Department. The college's gonfalon was carried by Derek Adair from Sapulpa, Oklahoma. Derek is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Mechanical Engineering and Aerospace Engineering with a minor in physics.
Derek Ryan Adair.
Aideen Jahun Shahi.
Asa Kender.
Austin Dale Bierwinkel.
Jared William Klein.
Matthew John Grace.
Andrew Whiteneck.
Adam Joseph Hunt.
Robert Ward.
Katie Anna Christina Gillespie.
Cooper Prentice McCarley.
Anton John Pop,
Cameron Duran,
Don Michelle Schulcraft,
Monty Epperson,
Timothy James Sheldon,
Kyle Busey,
Brandy Hill,
Brandon Jackson Wright,
Samuel J. Garlett,
Christopher Powers,
Pamela Ellen Broger,
Christopher Cole Rogers,
Amber Lee Baston,
Chad Whitna,
Amal Abu Bashar,
Casey Alexander Bullard,
Jeff Rundle,
Andrew Williams,
Lee Martin,
Christopher Martin,
Anton Marn Hingweg,
Brett Strimmy,
Michael Taylor,
Chad Smith,
Cliff Freitas,
Lindsay Bradley,
Peter Ellis,
Lauren Tidsworth,
Dan Slater Sr.,
Nadia Brigitta,
Thomas John Burns,
Bailey Lehman,
James Robert Kumitz,
Marcus Isaac,
Joe Melvin Miller,
Lee Allison,
Raul J. Mendez III,
Dexter Combs,
Neil Crone,
Dustin Neuenschwander,
Nick Seafelt,
Marco Barunda,
Simon Big Red Betty Chen,
Elio Gonzalez,
Brian Drews,
Andrew Wood,
Tyler Whitaker,
David Ryan Rector,
Andrew Combs,
Robert Amul Gemperly,
Brett Ferguson,
Michael Anthony Harrison,
Roman Rogala,
Jason McDonald,
Christopher Bradshaw,
Maticus Timotheus McKee,
Jordan Anthony Junk,
Matthew Meeker,
Donald Thomas Meyer,
Brian Latimer,
Guillermo Sarmiento,
David Austin Tulla,
Bo Stevens,
Michael Dwayne Robertson,
Landon Roy Wood,
Po Jen Shu,
William Robert Binge,
Brett Landrum,
Travis Henry Osborne,
Daryl Toole,
Lacey Lockwood,
Jared Boyd,
Dylan Stannert,
Anthony Kelly,
Nicholas Tyler Stapleton,
Joe Sieber,
Brett Nokes,
Anthony Cheney,
Marshall Biswell,
Jessica Corley,
Kaloy Lenz,
Ed Rangeler,
Kyle Leonard,
David Hamra,
Gregory Steele Kimball,
Eric Kim,
Justin Kennedy,
Eric Frisbee,
Whit Thibault,
Matthew Storm Keller,
Patrick Allen Turner,
Ashley Lynn Hayes,
John Ray Hayes,
Jordan Shane Bills,
Alex Michael Farish,
Jared Denny,
Jeremy Ray Hines,
Jared Starks,
Eric James Lovell,
Evan Neff,
Matthew McDowell,
Blake E. Morton,
Stephanie Pickrell,
Daniel Kent Hayes,
Adam Fox,
Scott D. Helms,
Justin Mosteller.
This concludes the recognition of graduates from the College of Engineering, Architecture, and Technology. Please join me in congratulating them.
We have a few more engineering graduates. Let's hear 'em.
Okay. Bruce Lebold, Eric Michael Charla, Crystal Ann Kane, Kyle Alexander Walski, Larry Morgan Jr., Otto Kiguraze, Emmanuel Degu Asafa, Kuyin Keely Ko. And this concludes recognition of the graduates from the College of Engineering, Architecture, and Technology.
Will the graduates of the Spears School of Business now begin your graduation walk? The Spears School of Business is represented by Dean Sarah Friedman. Dean Friedman is congratulating the graduates, assisted by Mark Weiser, Associate Dean. The college's gonfalon was carried by Shannon Michelle Jarmer. Shannon from Pratt, Kansas, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Management with an option of Entrepreneurship and Business Development.
Shannon Michelle Yarmer.
James Sisson.
Frankie Andrews.
Connor Gusgrove.
Garrett Morris.
Guy Eldon Tolliver.
Angela Jacqueline Smith.
Jeff Nielsen.
Colin Montgomery.
Jessica Kofed.
Aaron Light.
Tara Bamberg.
Aaron Todd Hensley.
Charles Clay Roberts IV.
Mallory Tyler.
Chaz Craig.
Dustin Dale.
Lee Burnham.
Brennan Lee.
Yasua Tosa.
Chris Conway.
Daniel Harbour.
Natalie Wood.
Kurt Wah.
Judith Muyagin.
Shane Jarka.
Casey Evers.
Gregory Thomas Gazar.
Chad Perry.
Christian Lane Shoppa.
Brent Bennett.
John Eric Rogue.
Mitchell Walser.
Andrew Paul Baker.
Justin Kinsey.
Waylon James Morgan.
Cody Chow.
Blake Fraley.
John Matthew French.
Nathaniel Charles Coleman.
Lindsay Dawn Thomas.
Morgan Peterson.
LaDonna Lynn Olmy.
Robert Weiss.
Jace Young.
Dustin Humphreys.
Aaron Beers.
Andrew Tidwell.
Derek Green.
John Wyland.
Melissa Self.
Brent Lusich.
Rachel Galloway.
Cameron Ludwig.
Ryan Dean Stoll.
Eric Bodang.
Donald Eugene Geist III.
Rebecca Lurie.
Dawit Dagu Yasef.
Brian Klein.
Sayaka Yamashita.
Matthew Richard Suti.
Takehiro Yiro.
Ryan Garrett.
Daniel Loves Jesus.
Adam Richard Henderson.
Lauren Elizabeth Smith.
David Cunningham.
Kristen Lee Gilpin.
David Brodius.
Adam Michael Brazil.
Jesse Lee Uri.
Matthew Allen Dunn the first.
Matthew Robert Collar.
Andrew Kyle Doty.
Brian Mitchard Kepford.
Jessica Diane Smith.
Amber Lynn Baldwin.
Stephen Matthew Gradsky.
Brent O'Brien Maxwell.
Samantha David.
Stephanie Eisenman.
Terrence Franklin Rivas.
Kristen Nicole Samernsky.
Catherine Ryan Johnson.
Jeff Alaback.
Douglas Augustine Dean Jr.
Jonathan Merck.
Jordan Ashley Baldwin.
Jarrett Witt.
Gracie D. Anderson.
Ryan Renchler.
Madison Hayes Yarbrough Freeman.
Adam Garrett.
Tyler Austin Cunningham.
Brandon Reed.
Joel Lester Halsey.
Jonathan Fountain.
Ryan Kent Gillian.
Cody Wokney.
Jeffrey Andrew Lombard.
Jordan Shire.
Charisse Desiree Thomas.
Ariel Morris.
Lance Clinton Fawnin.
Christina Colleen Peffinger.
Albert Conrad McWaters.
Brooklyn Perez.
Kyle Gulliver.
Sarah Elizabeth Adair.
Delana Ann Baker.
Ashley Sean Perdum.
Bailey K. Hendricks.
Erica Latrice Stampley.
Kara Renee Martin.
Candace Hume.
Karen Jeanette Goad.
Kyle Fisher.
Chai Vo.
Jennifer Renee Stern.
Win.
Gabriel Bishop.
Joseph Wynn.
Phyllis Jambi Lekameni.
Morgan Lee Kelly.
David Shershier,
Lindsay Lauren Soderberg,
Nicholas D. Harrison,
Julie Catherine Strokas,
Alex Whiteley,
Andrew Brooke Chapman,
Amy Michelle Starbeck,
John Robert Furness,
Tamara Goosh Eubank,
Thomas Lee Wilson,
Laura Elizabeth Newby,
Aya Nahashi,
Megan Danielle Ebeb,
Asagi Kobayashi,
Cassandra Lee Rolette,
Jenny Elaine Blacheli,
Aaron Schweitzer,
Kylie Nicole Ruman,
Carrie Ann Forrester,
Andy Stephen Bunn,
Joseph Boone Cohen,
Ken Allen Wengluski,
Mark Allen Fleming,
Jennifer Sutton,
Mandy Lynn Davis,
Andrew James Fisher,
Francois Alice,
Gregory William Talley,
Ryan Shirley,
Matthew James Ritchie,
Owen Love,
Brian Gregory Aldridge,
David Bohlinski,
William Ellis Powell,
Stephanie Thomason,
Dan Wynn,
Emily Ann Fairchild,
Dung Tron,
Melanie Boaz,
Ryan Roderick Waters,
Andrea Johnson,
Whitney Aaron Rona,
Jordan McCuffey,
Andrew James Albert,
Kurt Elsner,
Aaron James Alger,
Garrison Steele,
Derek Campbell,
Jason Dean Pound,
Noah Zabinski,
Christian Wyndham,
Ryan Shannon,
Andre Jamal Sexton, let it go,
Kyle Stevens,
Nicholas Ryan Carter,
Travis Rowe,
Kelly R. Sweeney,
Brandon Wise,
Sarah Catherine Broyles,
Amanda Lene Jones Ziemenerf,
Mai Nguyen,
David Invinson,
Andre Irvin Story,
Jessica King,
Alice Augusta Marie Kramer,
Kevin Charles Stoffer,
Casey K. Herman,
Jeffrey Dylan Cope,
Ashton Denise Thomas,
David Gray,
Michelle Nelson Metzinger,
Troy Fessler,
Jean Atoba Obam,
James Masikas,
Babakar Jang,
Joshua McGriff,
Christy Morgan,
Daniel Avesian,
Laura Dollar,
Jack Lomboro,
Chantini,
Candy Fawn,
Roni, Danielle Murray Patty, Brandon Scott Boone, I'm the only one, all right. Bobby Aaron Davis, Bradley Sina Sihakamun.
Yeah.
Travis Porter Holloway. Michael Casey Clury. Clifton Wayne Sadler. Dennis Thomas. Lindsay Hopper. Rida Quraishi. Stephen Evans. Austin Lindley. Christopher Trent Baker. Michael Criswell. Elizabeth Terrell. This concludes the recognition of the graduates from the Spear School of Business. Please join me in congratulating them.
Would all the candidates please rise? On the recommendation of the respective faculties and deans of our colleges and with the approval of the Board of Regents for Oklahoma State University, the State Regents for Higher Education, it is truly my distinct privilege as President of Oklahoma State University to confer upon each of you the degree for which you have been recommended and to invest you with all the rights, honors, privileges, and obligations pertaining thereto. Congratulations. Please change your tassels from the right to the left. Go Pokes! My sincere congratulations to each and every one of you seated here today. Congratulations to the family and friends of these graduates. What you have earned today is a passport to prosperity, and you now have a hedge against poverty. You have shown that you have the intellect and the discipline to finish the race. Those are two qualities every employer, partner, investor, and shareholder are looking for. Congratulations for that. We hope you will stay in touch with this university. As you can see from Rick Darnaby, our alums mean everything to us. We hope you'll come back often and wear orange as often as you can. As new alumni, may the words which you are about to sing take on a very special meaning for you. Please stand and join in the singing of the alma mater hymn. The words are printed in the program. They will be on the screen. It will be led by Charles Rich.
Proud and immortal, bright shines your name. Oklahoma State, we herald your fame. Ever you'll find us loyal and true to our alma mater, OSU.
Thank you for coming to OSU's 120th commencement. The student recessional will begin after the platform party has recessed. Family and friends are encouraged to join the graduates outside on the South Stadium Plaza. Again, go Pokes!